What's up, everybody? I'm back. What's happening? What's happening? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, your founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle organization, founded and based in Metro. I repeat, Metro, ATL, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all, what's happening? What's happening? What it is, what it ain't, what it gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? That's the phrase, forever and a day. All my real ATLians stand up, all my real everybody else in the U.S. stand up, everybody worldwide. Mi gente, mi Latinos, Mexico, República Dominicana, and all other places that I want to go that I haven't been yet, because it will be that which we desire shall manifest, because we keep pushing towards the goal, and we're going to make it. We're going to make it. We got things to do, people to see, places to go, fish to catch, women to meet, food to eat. All of the above. Arts to celebrate, because that's what we about, that creative lifestyle. All right, thinking outside the box, being different. We are not a one niche channel. If you're looking for one thing, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking for variety, you couldn't get no better. It's ONYXCON, y'all. Living your best art life. So, just posted one yesterday. Very proud of. I didn't mean to make it so long, but I had a lot to say, and I'm glad it. I mean, sometimes you can't make them short. I be trying to stick to the little 10-minute formula. When it goes past that, I try and stick to the 30-minute formula, and that's really my goal. But you know, sometimes, man, hey, I had a lot to say, and it needed to be said. So that thing about, I don't know, 50-something minutes. It's almost an hour, but it's not. Yeah. But it's a great topic, and it ain't like I ain't sat through somebody. I don't watch stuff that was 2-3 hours on YouTube. I mean, mind you, I took it in days. I would like take a break, come back to it, take a break, come back to it. But if you do that with our content, just make sure you like what you're looking at. Make sure we know that you're enjoying it, so we know you're here for it. Of course, subscribe, but then like it, so we see, oh snap, okay, we got return viewers, because I can see all of that. We got what they call YouTube. Man, god dang, can I get out, people? Don't just hate when you just stuck at an interstate. You can't even move. You can't even move. There's so much traffic. It ain't even 5 o'clock yet. It's just barely 4. But you know what it is? It's when school let out. School let out and the buses start going and folks get off early to go get their kids and stuff. Man, I just saw a bus pass, so I'm like, it's just constant. Anyway, like I say, if you really love the content, make sure you like everything you see here, because that tells the algorithm, you know, we got to talk to the damn computer. That's what it is. If you talk to the computer, you tell it what you like, it'll give you more. If you just say you like it a little bit, it might give you more. But the best part about it is we get what we deserve on numbers, which helps us to continue what we're doing for y'all. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you, whoever you may be. Word up. But yeah, I did one called, or at least what's on the thumbnail, it says, sorry, not sorry. Looks matter. The main topic is looks matter. And it's for the particular content I do called Relationship Goals in the Art Life. And so that right there is some of our main content that we do related to relationships and being single and being a creative like myself, and what it's like to date, being single, being an artist, and or just have the perspectives, the way we look at the world is a little bit different from everybody else, so we can give you other thoughts that you might not be thinking when you're talking to a creative, you know? So I was breaking it down, especially from the fact that I'm a visual artist first. So for when I say looks matter, it's a hyper sensitive topic. Like, you know, for real, if a lady is not appealing to me visually, it would be an issue in a long-term relationship. And that's more or less what the main topic of the video is, to give examples of why. And I even get into how women are big on looks too, whether they admit it or not. A lot of women love to say that little, it's almost like a repeat broken record of some women that say, well, you know, it's not about looks, it's just about the personality, it's how you treat me, which is absolutely true. I mean, to me, that doesn't even need to be said. That's like, it's sad that it does need to be said for some ladies, I get it, but it's like, fellas, we don't even go there. It's like, yeah, you better be treating me right, or I ain't dealing with you. Like, that's just automatic. That's automatic. That ain't even got to be discussed, really. But, you know, sometimes y'all get the little extra thoughts. You can get the extra DVD specials on the lives. But you know, one of the things I put down in my video, I went into it a little bit. I did a little clip, a little insert. I was talking about being an actor, and as an actor, you know, depending on roles, we have to change our look. Even when you're just doing background work, which I did a ton of, quote unquote extra work, but the formal term is background artist. And anybody in the business understands, we make a joke on the biz. We say there's a difference between a background artist and an extra. Now you'll see the people use the word extra flippantly, but when they talk real, they say, hey, the best folk are background artists. In your car or something, I could buy something like that. All right. As I was saying, we get enough support to get all the equipment we need. Hopefully we'll get a point where we have like some kind of signal booster that I can put in the cars no matter what, whether I'm in the studio or in the car, I always got a strong signal. I mean, there's no way around it. You're going to still have moments. If you go live, you're going to always have some kind of technological whatever, but you can minimize it with more and more equipment, more cool stuff, more gadgets. You know, that's just the world we live in. They want you to always have something else to buy, so go figure. All right, anyway, I was talking about relationship goals in the art life, the content we do about relationships, and I was saying I have an episode out right now where I'm talking about how much looks matter and why looks matter, and just not to deny the fact that looks matter. And I was breaking down that a lot of times ladies will say, oh, it's more about personality this, personality that. Yeah. One thing I know about human nature is what we like, we like. What we know we like, we know we like. What we love, we definitely love. Like, you know, they say love at first sight don't exist. It may not. I think people play with that phrase too much and don't understand the other levels it could be representative of scientifically. It's like love itself, I do feel takes time, and you got to quicker than for some people than others. But I'm saying, and that's not to say that is not stated with an attraction visually that's going to mean the person is automatically right for you. And hell no. It could be the worst thing that ever happened to you. They just look like everything you wanted them to be, you know? But to deny that they do look like everything you ever wanted them to be is not going to do yourself no good in this world, because you're going to constantly get challenged with that. It's like every time you act like, oh, that don't matter to me, I don't care about that, it's going to keep coming up, you know? And I said in my video, and you can watch it for more in-depth conversation on it, I gave examples. But I say when ladies especially play with that and pretend that doesn't matter, it really can come back and bite you in the ass, because you'll be, like I say, not only will you be challenged with it, you know, any intelligent man is going to challenge you on it in a relationship. He's going to see that, you know, hey, baby, do you really like this or really like that or whatever? Or you said you like to do this with your hair, but I see you always do this other thing that I don't like, but I feel like you're just doing that for me. How long is that gonna last until, you know, the first argument y'all have, or any little thing that becomes a disturbance in the force will lead to conflict, and as a result you will have resentment if you don't handle it correctly. That's just the way things are. We don't change just because you in a relationship, and I do whatever it takes. Yeah, you do whatever it takes, but you only got what you're willing to work with. You're not gonna go outside your boundaries. I love that we're in an era where people use the phrase deal breaker, because it's real. There are literally things known as deal. This area got ghost, and they don't like technology. You ever been? That's real though. That's real. I do believe in ghosts and spiritual energies in areas. Like if you don't, then you ain't lived enough. Because trust me, I've experienced some things that made me realize, yo, some stuff is really real. Some places got an energy on it, and they just don't go with this technology that we want this Wi-Fi and stuff to be anywhere and everywhere. And then there's also, of course, the thing of carriers and towers and who's with who and all that. So you get in the area where they anti your carrier, then they're gonna be blocking your signal, and you move 2 steps the next direction, and suddenly it comes back because they got a little territory there. The Congolese Afro pop star who produces the show for the Pop the Balloon or Find Love, I thought they started the whole thing. But the more I see, the more I feel like they may not. I really hope they did, but even if they didn't, if they weren't the very first to do it, they're one of the best. And I always shout them out for being one of the best. But I'm noticing like there's so many of them at this point, right? And they're all most of them are so trashy. Like I always shout out Arlette because they keep it classy. Shout out to Melly Monaco for how I noticed Melly's funny. She's trying to diversify her market. She's smart. She do her little ratchet stuff, and then she do her more refined stuff because she knows she don't want to stay in that little ratchet hole too much longer. It's not gonna go with you as you get older. You're just gonna get to a point you're gonna snap one day on them little fools to be in the comments trolling and carrying on. It ain't gonna be fun and cute. And I don't care how from the hood she is. If you ain't in the hood no more, so you're gonna get tired of all that old ghetto ass stuff. You're gonna be like, look here, bring that trash around here. If you want, I'm gonna put you in the trash can. You know, it's like she got it in her. She gonna start snapping on. I've seen her get mad like that. Now I'm like, set them straight, man. Set them straight. But she's got another show called The Blind Pineapple, and I like that one a lot better than even the Pineapple Show because again, refinement, order, discipline, respect. It's a closed set. It's a real show. The guests don't see each other. It's blind date style. They sit opposed from each other with Melly in the middle. They can't. She needs to change that a little bit. She needs a curtain or something because all the person got to do is look over their back in the chair and they can see the woman. And she tried to keep an eye on them for that. But I mean, as soon as somebody get excited one episode, they're going to jump up and look or whatever. You know, that's just human stuff. I don't notice. Pop the Balloon shows and all the other very popular dating shows that are online right now and everything, that some of them are I consider guilty pleasures. Some of them are not pleasurable at all. They are a disgrace to American culture, to Black American culture, and particularly Black American culture, because me being Black in America, it's mostly Black folk doing these shows, and I hate to say a lot of this stuff is so damn ratchet and crazy. All it does is paint a really poor picture of who we are as a whole, because I always say, I ain't living for the culture any damn way. What culture? What are you talking about? I got cultures, plural. We mean that. We push that here. This is our phrase. We created that hashtag. Yours truly. All right? We living for the cultures. All right? Understand that. Please understand that. There is no one culture. There is no mono existence. There's no one way to be Black. There's no one way to be Black American. There's no one way to be anything. Anybody. We all have cultures. We all have diversity. We all have different ways to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We're gonna keep right on with what we do about that. So anyway, I was talking about these shows, and I was talking about one that Melly Monaco, who does the Pineapple Show, the dating show. Shout out to them. They got one coming up tonight. Matter of fact, a live show in Atlanta. And if the online show itself were not so damn crazy, and I've been on it a few times, had some cameos, I would have wanted to go. It would have been fun, but I just, yeah, it ain't my vibe. Not knowing what it's gonna probably be like in person. It'll be. She already did her second time ever doing it. The first time she did it was in LA, and it was a big turnout. She always sells out. Like even with this one, when I looked at the tickets, they $35 a pop. I was like, hey. Yeah, $35 to be in a room full of strangers, everybody flossing and flexing, and you think you're gonna maybe meet somebody, and you know, people so picky and weird, and it's the dating world. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Plus, I'm tight on money anyway. Like whenever I'm real tight on finances, I sure as hell ain't spending money on anything that's a chance that it won't be satisfying. You know, we seeking primary gratification for $5. You know, we working, as you can see, way too damn hard to be, you know, man, please. That's a whole hour worth of my time, $35 on a good order to go somewhere and not leave with the right numbers. I know I'm gonna get some numbers, but I leave with the right numbers because I've been to stuff like that before, and it's so random. Like you could have the greatest conversation with somebody, get their number and everything, hit them up, and they ghost you, or chat with you a few times in text, and then they ghost you. And I ain't got time for none of that fickle nonsense. I got to know that the crowd is mature, that the people are there to really engage and be engaged and have a good time, man. Not just to showboat and flex and troll people and do all that kind of dumb mess. But she's invited too much of that energy into her online show, so I already know that's who's gonna show up on the day, because that's what happened in LA for our LA show. It was all over the place. I don't even think I finished watching that stuff, because she always does an edit of it to put it up the next few days. So I look forward to seeing how that went. And I just hope everybody's safe, man, because it was one thing to talk mess online and invite that troll culture, but then you get that mess in real life, pop, 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 pop. That's all I can tell you, especially in Atlanta right now. It ain't no game, man. This town, it ain't what I knew, and it wasn't never sweet, but it sure as hell hardcore now. It's crazy as hell now. I saw a video just a few days ago on Instagram. They said 2 a.m. in Atlanta, and it was like some little, unauthorized meetup, kids cruising, vibing or whatever. I mean, okay, you getting your little floss on, whatever, but 2 a.m. in the freaking morning? What you think about to happen at 2 a.m. in the morning in Atlanta, anywhere, in any major city? It didn't even have to be Atlanta. That could have been Philly, New York, LA, Chicago. It didn't matter, but it happened to be in Atlanta. And it was just like a shooting out of nowhere. You just heard gunshots and people running. It looked like the scene in Boys in the Hood, where there was, they were all the same kind of thing. Everybody flossing their cars and everything. And then fools want to show out and somebody getting in an argument. And next thing you know, somebody might be dead. And it's sad. It's really pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And the most sad part is that generationally, what I saw with that growing up has become a norm now. Like these kids, they make jokes about it. Like they just live like they don't expect tomorrow. And so, everything. I even saw like another video, and that's what makes me, whenever I see these kind of videos, I say to myself, you don't even want to hover over it too long, because if you do, it tells the algorithm you like this kind of stuff. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. It's like watching the news, and I don't watch the news. Closest I come to the news is social media, because it's going to give you the news whether you want it or not. You're going to get all the bad news, because people are going to talk about the worst things that are happening and show it from their perspective or whatever, their reaction videos and everything else, right? So it was like some girls dancing in front of obviously a gas station or something, and then you hear the audio of something that sounded, it may have been from the same shooting I'm talking about, because it had the same kind of sound, echo and everything. And then you see them running, but it's obvious that they just like staged the whole thing thinking that was cute and funny. I'm like, that ain't funny. Like, what? Man, I don't know. Folks say they tired of going to funerals. I think they done been to too many, to this point. They numb to it. They numb to death. They play with death. Like, I don't know. I know in my lifetime, that is never a joke. None of that energy right there is ever a joke. So anyway, like I say, all that foolishness like that will more than likely be in the house. And I hope that it's a safe event for her, because she doesn't deserve anything to get weird for all the work she puts in to, her best intentions are for people to have fun and hopefully meet somebody special and start a relationships, whatever. But you got to govern that when you deal with that energy, because most people are just, like I say, are not mature enough to do that, right? So you gotta put some barriers up. So I like her other show, the one, like I said, the Blind Pineapple. Really dope. Orderly. You know what I'm saying? I like order, Call me old-fashioned, call me a human being with a conscience. How about that? Because anybody who would not like order is a fucking psychopath. Something wrong with you. That's not healthy. Anything else is just absolutely not healthy. You should want order and discipline and peace in your environment. If you like chaos, something is literally mentally wrong with your ass. Definitely, something's wrong with you. And you haven't met death enough times. Because one thing about Anybody who plays that reckless game, you just, it just ain't your turn yet. You keep playing with it, it's gonna get you. It gonna get you. That's how it goes. So anyway, like I said, I hope that's gonna be good for her tonight. She's doing this live pineapple show in Atlanta. So we'll see how that goes with the after. Say Rwanda is Rwanda. It sounds like they're saying Rwanda. They just blend it all together. It's like Rwanda, Rwanda. So either it's Rwanda or Uganda or Tanzania, I would guess. Those three. One of those three is where they have the show and the host is from or whatever. But I'm thinking Rwanda because they kept saying Rwanda. But and that was interesting because I didn't even know that's how they pronounce it. But I always go with the way people actually say it in the place, not the American pronunciation. Once I know better, I do better. I'll still speak the other talk for when I'm talking to American folk, but otherwise, I'm gonna say it the way people say it native, out of respect for the way they really talk. You feel me? So, anyway, the show is hilarious though. This guy and the ladies that were on there trying to get his attention had me howling. I was like, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It was well produced enough. The editing was clean enough that it was easy to watch. But it was funny because they were so doggone. They were silly in a way, but at the same time serious. Like you could tell these women genuinely had interest, but the camera's on, so everybody's being over the top, of course, on purpose. And then some people who are a little more introverted were being that way. So that's how you knew it was mostly real. It ain't staged. It's like, it's some real stuff, but hilarious.